Hello, Quincy High School families, students. My name is Larry Tegler. I'm the principal at Quincy High School. Reaching out with this video along with Miss Murray and some other members of our staff to welcome our new students to Quincy High School. Certainly, traditionally, we would have met quite a few times. Your students would have come up for a fly-up day. We'd be planning for our orientation night right before school started. So we really just want to reach out right now and get some introductions out of the way, maybe get some of the basic pieces that will comprise the start of our school year for you. And of course, let you know that we are here for you right now, each day, if you have any questions. So if there's anything that's going on that you need any assistance with, please contact the school. To start your high school journey, this is such a very exciting time for students, and there can be a little bit of anxiety. We want to put you at rest. We do have a PowerPoint that I'll put up just a little bit. But as of now, your schedules are available on Aspen. That's how you would look those up right now. And speaking of Aspen, I'd strongly recommend that parents get onto the parent portal. Okay, that information to get onto the parent portal is available on the QPS website. Again, any problems, let us know. Students should still have their same passwords from last year. Any problem logging on, contact the school. There also is a technology link for assistance for people in the community that they can use on the website. But again, never feel bad about contacting us. So there's a lot more things to work out, a few more things as far as like getting students books and materials. How are we going to do that? That will be coming out before the start of the school year. The first day scheduled for students is September 16th. Okay, so I'm going to just pull up a little slideshow that Miss Murray helped put together. And let me my glasses just for 1 second to do that. And I'm assuming that is up on the screen for everybody right now. There you go. Okay, I think everyone has that up there now. There's our welcome and our famous logo on the side. And again, can't tell you how excited we are to have you come to Quincy High School. So about some introductions. So the administrative team, as I said, I'm lucky enough to be the principal. I've been here. I'll be entering my 8th year at Quincy High School. Before I was here, I was lucky enough to be at Broad Meadows Middle School. And service principal there. So I'm very lucky to be at Quincy High School, and I'm very lucky to work with Mrs. Murray, our assistant principal. You'll see her come on later. And on our team, we also have deans and class advisors. So this is one of those connections that we like to talk to our family and students about, that will be a 4-year connection for the student. In particular, Mr. Johnston will be the dean class advisor for our grade 9 students. All the deans are available to help all of our kids all the time, but really Mr. Johnston will be a main person for you. He's absolutely terrific with the kids and certainly a great communicator with parents. So any needs, he is of great value. And I would like to just pass it on to him so he has an opportunity to say hello to everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Taglieri, for those kind words and introduction. As Mr. Taglieri referenced earlier, my name is Mr. Johnston. I will be your students' grade 9 dean and class advisor. I will be following your students through the next 4 years. And I usually say by the end of those 4 years, we will grow a relationship with not only with your student, but with the families as well. I'm excited to start off with a nice fresh group of students. Please, students that are watching, I know you are anxious at the beginning of the school year, as we all are. We have plenty of support here. I am available 24/7 for students that need me. If there are any questions, please feel free to contact the dean's office. Once again, the staff and support people here are here to make your transition from middle school as great as it can be. And once again, thank you and welcome, class of 2024.
Thank you, Mr. J. And another 4-year relationship that you'll have will be with a guidance counselor. So a guidance counselor will be designated to each student for all 4 years. If you look on your schedule, you should be able to see who your guidance counselor is. Probably just another quick important note, trying to contact any of these people by name. It's first name, last name at Quincy Public Schools. But the team is led by our department chair, Mrs. McGady, and I know that she would like to welcome the families as well, so I will pass it to her.
And welcome to the class of 2024 and families. My name is Paula McGady. I'm the Department Head of Student Support Services, and I'm excited for you to join our community at Quincy High School. We have a fabulous student support team that's comprised of 8 school counselors, a school psychologist, 2 health interventionists, and a student support secretary. Each freshman will be assigned a school counselor that will remain with them throughout their 4 years of high school, and school counselors will be reaching out to freshmen individually at the beginning of the school year. We will be reaching out to students and families through email, phone calls, Google Meets, and we will have a Google Classroom dedicated to the class of 2024 that will have continually updated important information. The student support team is here for you to assist you in any way possible with the goal to make your transition to high school and your experience in high school as successful as possible. We certainly are beginning this academic year differently, but our commitment to helping you make this a great year is the same. The student support team is here for you, and we can't wait to meet you.
Thank you, Ms. McGady. Other people that will be very instrumental for the students will be the department heads. So the structure at the high school is just a little bit different. So I'm lucky to work with some, what I like to call my gurus of their areas of expertise. And they're very dedicated to working with the students and certainly supporting their staff. So what we've asked them to do is to give you just a little bit of a little preview of what the freshmen will be studying this year coming up. So I will pass it off to the department heads, and they will give you just a bunch of information.
Hello and welcome to the class of 2024. I am Kevin Bell, chairperson of the Social Studies Department at Quincy High School. In the 9th grade, you will study the development of all of the world's various cultures, the unique developments and contributions of each culture to human history. More importantly, you will learn how those developments have been shared across regions and improved each society. While conflict has been a part of human history, as you will learn, cooperation between people is what has led to the most spectacular developments. In addition to historical content, you will learn to critically analyze information and explain your ideas, a skill that will help you make informed decisions, both large and small, as you make your way through high school and beyond. I look forward to meeting all of you during your journey through Quincy High. Now I'd like to introduce Miss Edie Boynton, chairperson of the Foreign Language Department. See you all real soon.
Thank you, Mr. Bell, and welcome to the class of 2024. I'm Miss Boynton. I'm the World Language Department Chair, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about what you can expect from your language classes next year. For many of you, you will be continuing in the same language, and you'll be going into level 2. If that's you and you're a little bit worried because you might not remember everything, that's fine. Don't worry. Our level 2 classes start with a very extensive review. Some of you are going into a new language, which is so exciting, and that's fine too, because our level 1 classes are structured for students who have never taken the language before. So everyone in the class will be on the same page. If you're in your class and you're thinking, this might not be right for me, that's fine. Just please let your teacher or myself know as soon as possible. And we will work together with you and your parents and your guidance counselors and your teachers, and we will make sure we get you into the correct class. You can also do both and continue with your language you took last year, as well as pick up a new language by using a foreign language as an elective, even as a freshman. So it's a great option if you're interested in getting as many languages as you can, which I totally approve of. I'm here for you if you have any questions, if I can help in any way. My email is edboynton@quincypublicschools.com. Please feel free to reach out and I'll help you in any way I can. And with that, I will introduce Mr. Ellis, our English department chair. Bye.
Thank you, Ms. Boynton, and welcome to the class of 2024. I am Mr. Ellis. I'm here to talk to you about your English classes. I may be biased, but I happen to think that English is the most important subject you'll ever study here. Easy. I didn't say it had to be your favorite. It's just the most important. I would argue that English is the only subject that you will use every waking moment for the rest of your life. Seriously, think about it. As human beings, what do? We take in information. We look for details. We use that data to formulate judgments, generate ideas. We try to understand people and situations. We talk with each other. We try to win arguments. We try to persuade. All of that is English. Your English teachers this year are going to ask you to read a lot of books, all different kinds. Novels, short stories, plays, poetry, fiction, nonfiction, you name it. If you want to do yourself one favor this year that I think will make your life much easier, stay on top of your reading. When your English teacher knows that everyone in the room has a common frame of reference, has shared an experience with a text, that's when he or she can really go to work. When everyone in the room has the same familiarity with the same material, your English teacher can start showing you how to look at the text more closely, how to understand it more deeply, how to write about it more precisely, how to discuss it more freely, and how to disagree with each other with greater civility. Because at the end of the day, your success as an English student isn't solely measured by how many books you've read, how many vocabulary words you've memorized, or how many spelling rules you can routinely follow. A successful English student actually becomes a better person. You develop perspective, humility, and empathy. You begin to care more profoundly about the world that exists beyond the borders of your own skin. You appreciate more fully the experiences and struggles endured by others, especially if they are unlike anything you've ever known, even if those people never really existed. And if you're very lucky, once you start walking down that path of empathy and understanding, you can continue down it on your own forever. So yeah, English is the most important. Of course, that's just my opinion, and as a student of English myself, I welcome contrasting views. And with that, I'll hand you off to someone who almost certainly disagrees with everything I've just said, and that's Mr. Gendron, the head of our mathematics department. So take it away, Mr. Gendron, and to all you incoming ninth graders, I really hope I get to see you soon.
Thanks so much, Mr. Ellis. My name is Michael Gendron. I'm the chair of the math department here at Quincy High School. And on behalf of the teachers of the math department, we'd like to welcome you, the students of the class of 2024, and the parents of those students to the Quincy High School community. During your ninth grade year, most students take Algebra 1 or Geometry. Algebra 1 is a foundational course in mathematics, and it's really important for the rest of your high school career. Some students who've taken Algebra 1 qualify for starting with Geometry. I'd like to give you a quick hint, if I could, about starting high school. I found over the years I teach ninth graders, and I found that many students go and buy a lot of supplies prior to the start of the year. I would recommend waiting a little bit. I think if you meet your teachers first, many teachers have specific requests for supplies. So if you wait, meet your teachers, and then do the big supply run, I think that's probably a good idea. At this point, I'd like to welcome you once again and introduce Ms. Harrison.
Thank you, Mr. Gendron. Welcome to Quincy High, everyone. I'm the ELE department head, Mrs. Harrison. Within our department, we not only have English classes, but we also have electives such as pronunciation and business. Now I would like to introduce you to the science department head, Mrs. Krieger. I hope you have a great start to the school year. Good luck and keep smiling, everyone.
Hi everyone, thanks Ms. Harrison for the lovely introduction. My name is Julie Krieger and I'm the Science Department Chair at Quincy High School. We have a lot of wonderful science offerings for you, from biology to earth science to life and physical science. Lots of great courses that you guys can try. We're really looking forward to seeing you guys this fall, and I would love to introduce the Special Education Department Chair, Miss Lorraine Kuzy.
Hi, I'm Lorraine Kuzy. I'm the Special Ed Department Head. I'm retiring very shortly. We've been working really hard to put the students' schedules together this summer, and I'm happy to pass the baton along to my successor, Mr. Richard McAllister, who will do a wonderful job. Thank you, and here's Rich McAllister.
Thank you for that introduction, Mrs. Kuzy, and welcome to Quincy High School Class of 2024. My name is Richard McAllister, and I am the Special Education Department Head. In our department, we offer help and support to all students that may require it. Our goal in our department is to guide our students to the success that we know that they are capable of. I look forward to seeing you all in the fall, and I wish you a smooth transition to Quincy High. Next, I will introduce the Career and Tech Ed Department Head, Mrs. Rebecca McGinnis.
Hello, my name is Ms. McGinnis, and I'm in charge of the Career and Technical Education programs at Quincy High School. At Quincy High School, we have 15 CVTE programs. They are automotive, business, carpentry, culinary arts, design and visual communications, early education and care, electrical technology, engineering, fashion technology, film and television production, healthcare technology, information support services and networking, metal fabrication and joiner technologies, plumbing, and protective services. In addition, we have multiple business electives. They include computer applications with Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and Access, technology for the 21st century, management and economics, entrepreneurship, accounting 1, 2, and 3, marketing, and public speaking. So your freshman year, what happens is you take a course called Freshman Exploratory. And in Freshman Exploratory, you go around and you are introduced to every single one of our programs. At the end of your freshman year, if you decide that a Career and Tech Ed program is something that you'd like to do, then you sign up for it. Your sophomore year, it's a single period class. Your junior and senior year, it's a double period class. Now, you need to remember that all of our programs are full, and many of them have wait lists. So, what happens if students sign up for, more students sign up for a program than we can have in the program, then we have to go through this thing called admissions review. And in admissions review, we look at 3 things. We look at grades, attendance, and discipline. So if a Career and Tech Ed program is something that you'd like, then you need to make sure that your grades, your attendance, and your discipline is the best that they can be. Now, during your senior year, we have opportunities to go out into the real world and go out for co-op, go out for internships, and we also do clinical placements. So there's lots of opportunities to get some real world experience. In addition, your senior year, you develop a portfolio and you actually go through an interview with a business person in your area. College credits are also available in some of our programs. For example, the engineering program, you can receive credit from WPI. We also have articulation agreements with 15 colleges, and that means if you take a course at Quincy High School and then you attend that college, then that class is waived for you at college. In addition, both accounting, visual design, public speaking, early education, protective services, we have dual enrollments with Quincy College. That means that you can take a class at Quincy High School and receive 3 credits from Quincy College that can be transferred anywhere. When you graduate from a Career and Tech Ed program, you receive a Certificate of Occupational Proficiency. This is a second certificate that testifies to your success and your experience in a Career and Tech Ed program. In addition, you receive multiple certifications and you receive your hours towards your journeymans. If you're in both plumbing and electrical, you receive hours towards your journeyman's license. Again, the certifications that you receive would be OSHA, your CNA, which is your Certified Nursing Assistant, your Early Education and Care State License, as well as multiple welding certifications and FEMA certifications. I wish you the best. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you as soon as we're able to come back to school. Again, my name is Miss McGinnis. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. So I look forward to seeing you, and best of luck. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ms. McGinnis. Welcome, class of 2024. I'm Mrs. Reichel and an art teacher here at Quincy High. I'm also the citywide art department chair, so I do know all of your art teachers. The creative arts falls under your electives, and this year you'll have freshman seminar, which Ms. McGinnis probably already talked about, and you'll have room for another elective. As a ninth grader, there are a few introductory or foundation art courses you could take in the creative arts. You could take Photography 1, you could take Art 1, or you could take Art History. After a year in the program, you could go up to the next level, or you could get into more specified classes like sculpture. But once you take an art course, you are not locked in for the next 4 years. In fact, you can mix and match with other electives or technical majors if you want to during your sophomore, junior, and senior year. As this is the beginning of your ninth grade year, I have one piece of advice I'd like to offer you. Whether you take art or not, I think this definitely applies to the year you're about to have. Don't be afraid of failure. You're going to be asked to do a lot of new and maybe difficult things this year, but try to remember that learning happens through failure. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to Mr. DeMarco with the Music and Performing Arts Department.
Thank you, Mrs. Reichel, for introducing me. I'm Mr. DeMarco, and I'm the Music Department Chair. I'd like to take a moment now to introduce you to some of the offerings in the Music Department. If you're a singer or have interest in vocal music, Junior Choir 1 would be a great way for you to get into our choral music program. Once you're in junior choir, you learn vocal technique, you sing, and then you'll be able to go on to more advanced courses in vocal music, such as Choir 2 and the solo and ensemble class. If you're an instrumentalist and you play a wind or percussion instrument, you can join up with the band. In the band, we have the marching band in the fall, the concert band through the rest of the season, and we have a jazz band after school. All of these activities are available for you to participate in. As far as our electives are concerned, we have a music appreciation and fundamentals class for people who don't play an instrument or do not know how to read music and would like to learn how to do so. We also have a music theory class and an AP music theory class for more advanced students. I hope that you enjoy your time here at Quincy High School. If you have any questions about any of the music classes, I encourage you to come to my office in the band room or send me a message.
Thank you, department heads. And as you can see up on the screen, it's Quincy High School Remote Learning Plan. Okay, because when we do start on the 16th, we are going to start remotely at the high school level. You can see that we will have some identified students come to school that will attend classes in person. Even those students that come in for in-person instruction for some of their classes will take some of their classes remotely. All the other students, grades 9 through 10, will have school remote each and every day. Very important to note that all the classes are synchronous, meaning that the student will be live in front of the teacher each day. I'm going to put up the schedule in just 1 minute just to get it in your head a little bit. On Mondays, students at Quincy High School take 8 classes. They have 8 classes. So the way that the schedule that is broken down is on Monday, they will meet for each of those classes for a shorter period of time, approximately 42 minutes. Then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 of the classes, their first 4 classes, will meet on each of those days. So they're longer periods, they're 90-minute periods actually for periods 2, 1, 3, 4 on Tuesdays, same thing on Thursdays, and then we take care of periods 5. We call it 9 because you also have to account for lunch. That's where the 9th period comes in. Okay, and for new to high school, if you were in middle school last year in Quincy Public Schools, you had 2 release days per month. At the high school level, we will have 1 day per month, and traditionally it is the second Wednesday of the month. Of course, we know traditionally it's always been on a Tuesday, but release days this year have been moved to Wednesday. So let's take a quick little look at the schedule and see if we can make some sense out of this a little bit. You can see on that Monday, that's a straight schedule of the classes. Now, on your schedule, you should see exactly what those classes are. But on a regular day, there are classes that are attributed as period 1 and period 2, 3, 4. You can see on Monday and on Tuesday and Thursday that 2 goes before 1. That's really something that we do for our CVTE programs to make them function, our early childhood and our health and human services classes. So I think you should be okay looking at that schedule. But again, any questions whatsoever, please let me know. You can see if you are a freshman, all those freshmen will be in period 2. We'll have freshman seminar. That's a program that Ms. McGinnis spoke to you about. They'll all be in that period that day. So moving along, the expectations, certainly many of us lived through the remote learning or the school cancellation of last spring. I think this will look markedly different. Probably starting with everything being live synchronous is probably the biggest thing that comes to mind. And that we will be having numeric grading. So at high school level, at the end of last year, students either received credit or received no credit. Now it will be numeric grading. The technology piece, maybe just to go back up to the top, you need to have a Chromebook. And if you don't have one, we're going to try to get you one. So there is there's a link on the district website if you have a request for a Chromebook. So I would suggest you get that in rather quickly. Attendance is important. Students are going to have to log on live with the teacher, and teachers will be taking attendance each day. Parents will be able to follow the attendance with that parent portal that I talked about earlier. You'll be able to see what classes your kids were marked in school and not. Of course, assignments that are given are expected to be completed. Students are expected to do their best. If they have any difficulty, that it's not like we're in regular school, but teachers are still there to help. So students will be encouraged to reach out to their teachers if they are having any difficulty. So this is just a piece that we put in because I want you to know. We talked about the journey. We were really just talking about getting started on September 16th and still trying to, put a couple of those little pieces in place to get started smoothly. But overall, what you need to know what our students will take in order to get their diploma. That's the prize, right? Is to get the diploma. That's the baseline for all of our students coming in. Every one of our members of the class of 2024 would need to accomplish this. That's pass 4 years of English, 4 years of social studies, 3 years of science, 3 years of math, 2 years of foreign language, and 1 year of physical education. Now remember, those are local requirements. I would say that the majority of our students are going to end up taking 4 years of science and 4 years of math. I would tell you that the state, Massachusetts state colleges would require 4 years of math. So there's just a little bit of difference. There's local requirements to get your diploma. And certainly we have to have an eye out for the career path and the options that students want to take advantage of post-graduation. And we said we'll find out because the MCAS is a little bit in not defined. My latest information says that the 9th grade students will take the science MCAS if it's appropriate. And usually the students that take the science MCAS are our ones that are enrolled in biology. So we will have some freshman students taking biology. Some students will be taking earth science and physical science. But the ones that take biology would take the MCAS test next year. And the other one is community service. Community service requirement is currently 30, but certainly with the situation that we have out in our world today, we're not sending students out to do community service. So certainly we'll do something in working in conjunction with the school committee, who will make policy on how that gets rectified. I don't think we'll be able to hold the students accountable for all the hours if they're not able to go out. So, but those are some of the basics that need to happen. There's so much more that our school offers. We can't wait till we get back full in person. Can't wait to meet our new students. There are just a tremendous amount of opportunities, and it's very important that we have those students understand that their education is important, and it really, to get off to a good start with this year will really help them out. So moving forward, I want to pass it on to and introduce our assistant principal, Miss Ellen Murray.
Hello. Welcome, class of 2024. Okay, great to see everybody. Mr. Tagg did a wonderful introduction. We can't wait to meet you virtually and then eventually in person. And again, we'll come out soon with a very detailed schedule about how the start of school will look, and hopefully we'll get to see most of you before the 16th. I will go back to presentation mode, and we can finish taking a look at the slide that now talks about our core values and belief statements. So, much has changed, but much has also stayed the same. And in fact, some of the changes that occurred helped us build upon what we already had in place. So, several years ago, we went through a NEASC accreditation, which again is going to be coming up. But during that time, you do what's called a self-study, and you reflect upon your practices, and you set expectations for the students and what we want a graduate of Quincy High to look like. So you guys are, as freshmen or new students, you're just beginning this journey that Mr. Tagg talked about. And what we hope by the end of the journey is that every student who graduates is able to think for themselves, work together, and share with the world. And those are our academic expectations. But then to build upon that this year, there's so much going on, and we're all being asked to think about things differently. And many of us are holding on to things that others don't know about, and vice versa. And so what we wanted to do was add to our academic expectations to bring in our social expectations that we also have, which are really to be aware of yourself and others, be aware of your thoughts, be aware of your actions, be aware of your reactions to those around you. And I think doing that, think, work, share, be aware, we can all work together to make Quincy High the remarkable school that it is. Now, Mr. Tagg also talked about, we're giving you a lot of information in this video, but at the same time, you're going to have questions, and we understand that. And for many of your questions, we do have answers. And so on the screen now is how to contact the school. We have the main office number. That's always a great line to call, and then you will be directed to any of these other offices as well. If you have any scheduling questions, please contact guidance. If you have any questions about what it means to be a freshman or whatever class that you're in, you call the deans. You have any health questions, we have the nurses will be in soon. Then there's Mr. Taglieri, our principal, and myself, Mrs. Murray. So we are here for you, and we want to answer your questions and make this transition as easy as possible. We can't wait to get the school year started. And thank you all for tuning in this evening. And again, we hope that you all think for yourself, think, work, share, and be aware. And we will see you soon. Thank you. Good night.